What is happening, guys? It's your boy TC back with another video. So the first leg of the semi-final in the Carabao Cup has just come to an end against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and to be fair, it wasn't that entertaining. There was one or two moments that we could certainly discuss, but before we talk about the match itself, we'll talk about the starting lineup for Arsenal. So in goal, we saw the cup gamekeeper return, and that was in the form of David Ospina. It was actually one of our best players on the pitch today. At the back three returned. We had Callum Chambers, Rob Holding, as well as Mustafi, who was obviously ushering the youngsters at the back. At the wing backs, we had Hector Bellerin as well as Maitland-Niles, and in the middle of the park we saw Jack Wilshere as well as Granit Xhaka. That partnership also continued. Earlier on, reports suggested that Granit Xhaka was going to be injured for the game, but we did certainly see him come out. Up top, it was certainly a surprise. We had Danny Welbeck, Alexis and Alexandre Lacazette, who obviously led the attack on the evening. So just to talk about the game, really, my first main concern was why was Alex Iwobi starting the game? Of course, he had this little situation that's obviously surfaced over the weekend or so, that he was certainly out partying before 48 hours before a match. He certainly should have been punished, in my opinion. Again, his performance wasn't that great. There was nothing really to write home about. One key moment stood out and summed up Iwobi as a player for myself. He made an amazing run, brilliant run, deep in from our own half, got to the edge of the box, the Chelsea box that was, and he just finished off the shot with a little toe poke, and it rolled into the keeper's hands. So again, he certainly did have a poor performance. Literally, as soon as the game started off, he was running out of position, and Chelsea have obviously switched the ball back in to the right hand flank, our right hand, and he's certainly out of position, which obviously drew Xhaka and Jack Wilshere out of position. And I was just thinking there really wasn't a need for him to drift out onto the left earlier on, just as the game kicked off. So Iwobi really did have a poor game. And my other question really was, why didn't Alexis start? We all know that there's this whole transfer speculation, but if you're going to go out and try and win a game whilst you're away as well, a cup game, a cup which you do have a good opportunity to actually win, I would field my best team, and Alexis was again left on the bench. We obviously did see him come on later on within the game, but again, that substitution wasn't correct in my opinion. Lacazette should have obviously stayed on, and he should have taken off either Iwobi or Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck had an absolute shocker. He really didn't have a clue what was going on, in my opinion. Again, these guys did not merit a place in the team, and that was in the form that was Danny Welbeck and Alex Iwobi. Those two players, in my opinion, did not merit a start within this game. Wenger should have really looked at these options in terms of the attacking options. He should have really started Walcott apart from Iwobi. Of course, I'm not a big fan of Walcott himself, but it would have been a much better option, in my opinion. Going back to the middle of the park, Xhaka did make one or two good tackles at the back. Of course, he was very wasteful in regards to the set pieces. In particular, earlier on in the first half, he was extremely wasteful, in my opinion. We had a free kick, of which he took and went out for a corner, and then he passed the corner onto Iwobi, and that was it. Chelsea were on a counter. So we'll talk about Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere was the captain for the night. The time that we did see him on the pitch, he obviously ended up getting injured, so we do hope that this injury is not a very serious injury. But when he was on the pitch, he was playing fairly decent, trying to make things happen, but eventually he ended up having the ball kicked against his ankle, and obviously that certainly affected him, and he sort of picked up a knock injury, I should say. But we will certainly get updates on this injury within the next day or so, and we will certainly come back and update you in regards to this particular injury. As mentioned earlier on, Ospina was certainly one of our best players at the back. I do believe that he did make some key saves within the game, but again, he was a bit sloppy towards the end. He basically came out for a cross. It was a corner, and he completely missed it, and Christensen was absolutely free, unmarked, and he obviously didn't score the goal. But that was the second opportunity. Christensen was actually free in the box, and he could have got himself a goal. In regards to the left-hand side, Arsenal's left-hand side, so we know Maitland-Niles has certainly put in some good performances recently, but Chelsea obviously recognised that was a weakness, and Moses did certainly give him a hard time. Last time when we met, it wasn't the case, but this time around, Maitland-Niles had a very tough time with Moses. He kept on finding himself out of position, but obviously it didn't come to anything. We obviously didn't concede a goal, so I will take a clean sheet. That will be one positive to take away from this. Of course, we were missing a number of players in the form of Mesut Ozil, apparently, who picked up a knee injury, as well as Aaron Ramsey was also missing. We had big Oli Giroud, who certainly would have started this game, in my opinion. He was certainly missing as well. So we will take this game back to the Emirates with a 0-0 result. I was anticipating a draw. Basically, I'd called a 1-1 draw in my preview, but I will certainly take this draw. At least we did not concede a goal. There's a couple of incidences where the VAR was obviously consulted as well. Towards the end, there was a questionable tackle by Danny Welbeck in the box, which certainly could have been a penalty, but he obviously came to nothing. So as usual, guys, please do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you are watching this video and you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you do hit that subscribe button. So once again, guys, it's your boy TC from I'm Gonna Talk TV, and I'm out.